forward, ye scornful men, that rule this people which is in Jerusalem. Because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death, and with hell are we at agreement. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us. For we have made lies our refuge, and under falsehood have we hid ourselves.
The serpent seed doctrine teaches that the sin of Eve was not simple disobedience, but the actual sexual contact with the serpent, and that Cain was the son of Eve and the serpent, and the descendants are the son of Satan. You can find evidence to support this claim in Genesis 3:13 and Genesis 3:15. And the Lord said unto the woman, What is this thou hast done? And the woman said, The serpent beguiled me, and I did eat. Even when you look at human anatomy, you can see that the brain is split into three main regions: the neocortex, the limbic system, and the reptilian complex. Now, me included in the past, and you right now, you may be asking yourself, why on earth does the human brain have a part called the reptilian complex? What does it do? What is its function? Well, here it states that its main function is survival and reproduction. Well, is this more evidence to support the claim that the serpent seed, the reptilian seed, is sexually compatible with the human seed? Well, the more the Most High exposes the serpent seed, the more they suppress and change history to support their illusions. The Most High has given his children the front row seats for us to see how the kingdom of darkness and the serpent seed operate. Once we, the children of God, detach ourselves from the false reality that has been laid upon us from the moment of birth, and take time to observe and go from within, and allow the Spirit of the Most High to reveal the truth, then you will begin to see through the veils of this reality and the subtle ways of how the serpent seed operates. The scripture states, you will know them by their fruits.
Wherefore, by their fruits ye shall know them.
When their words do not match their behavior, or their behavior do not match their words, that is ultimately a red flag. We see this with many leaders right now in this world. Many false promises, blatantly lying and twisting their words to trick the minds of the public. For many years, the serpent seed portrayed themselves as innocent, God-loving people who want to change the world for better. There are dozens of movies made about the Great White Hope coming to save everyone. When you look closely to these people and really examine them for who they are, you'll come to find out that their image does not portray their character. The serpent seed created a system that is supposed to help all people around the world, no matter of your race, sex, religion or culture. There are laws against racism and discrimination for people living amongst the matrix. However, specifically the indigenous black people continue to be violated every day, despite of the so-called protection that they're supposed to have from the protective class made available to all people. All leaders in high places come from the other species of mankind. They are the ones running this whole show with no other than Satan himself. Their people greatly benefit from the beast system because they get demonic blessings for in turn carrying out certain agendas against mankind, while the children of Yahweh don't. Because the people are starting to wake up and notice the ways of the beast system, they are quick to stage an event or shift the narrative to again confuse the sleeping masses.
I'd like to call to order this secret conclave of America's media empires. We're here to come up with the next phony baloney crisis to put Americans back where they belong, in dark rooms glued to their televisions, too terrified to skip the commercials.
Well, I think...
NBC, you are here to listen and not speak. I think we should go with a good old-fashioned public health scare.
A new disease. No one's immune. It's like the summer of the shark, except instead of a shark, it's an epidemic. And instead of summer, it's all the time.
That is smoking.
Now, I hate to be the guy who derails what everybody else loves.
He loves being that guy.
But, Janice, we do have standards. This can't be a made-up disease. The only moral thing to do is release a deadly virus into the general public.
These sick fucks have been subtly letting you know who they are. Letting you know who runs this shit show. They put it in your face just to see how conditioned you are, how programmed are you, how conditioned are you, how distracted are you. Because you got to remember, everything's a distraction. Social media is a distraction. Your PlayStation 5 is a distraction. Your phone is a distraction. Everything is a distraction to stop you from becoming the best version of yourself. Okay? They even made a whole show on Netflix called Inside Job, where they discuss certain conspiracies, where they gaslight the topics to make you question your own sanity. These are the tactics they're using. We're living in a new age. This is spiritual warfare. Wake up.
But it is going to bother you because you're human, and I was human. I am human, still.
Believe not every spirit, but try the spirits whether they are of God, because many false prophets are gone out into the world.
People have a hard time accepting the truth, because the truth challenges their reality. And I'll say it again. The false reality that has been laid upon you since the moment of your birth. We've all been conditioned and programmed to conform in this shit show. We are all born given certain personality traits by God himself, certain gifts, certain talents, both internal and external. So no, sir, your place is not in an office room. Your place is not as being a floor supervisor for Audi or Asda or fucking, I don't know, okay? Their goal is to guide you on the wrong path, the path of damnation. That is Satan himself's job here on planet Earth. As God has his job, so does Satan himself. He knows he's not going to win at the end, but his job is to take as many people down with him. That's why you see all these celebrities today who sell their soul just to have their paradise on earth. Is it really worth it? I beg to differ. Okay. The kingdom of darkness and the serpent seed is changing and manipulating our perception based on the reaction of not only the sleeping masses, but especially the indigenous people who are unaware of the truth. If they see that people are on one accord and can see through their lies, they are quick to change their words or even history itself to cause more confusion. The scripture states, "For God is not the author of confusion, but of peace, as in all churches of the saints." When the workers of iniquity cause confusion, the people stop focusing on the real root cause of the problem, how to find a good solution, and therefore justice no longer becomes a priority. The masses blindly begin to argue among themselves and lose real sight of the enemy, just like they want it. The Black Lives Matter movement in itself was a distraction to cause more hate and division among the children of God. Race itself was created in the 1700s to justify the slave trade. Race itself is an illusion. Another good example of the kingdom of darkness sending the spirit of confusion into the public was the so-called pandemic. The man-made virus, or fake virus, whatever you may call it, was leaked into the public from a lab in China according to mainstream media. This is not a conspiracy, rather a well-known fact, and the people responsible for leaking this virus are not held accountable. COVID-19, Omicron, coronavirus, or Optimus Prime himself, whatever they plan on releasing next, should not be scraping the surface of this earth, and that is 100% facts.
But against
The
principalities,
diabolical
powers,
leaders who fund the people who are playing with the dangerous viruses that can supposedly kill many are not blamed. The blame is shifted onto the unvaccinated. The privately owned mainstream media outlets said themselves, the unvaccinated are the problem, and they are the reason why it is still going on. The sick fucks who are responsible for this shit show are of course not held accountable. The kingdom of darkness causes the problems behind the scenes, and the masses who have no part in causing the issue are blamed, while the workers of iniquity who are carrying out Satan's agenda walk scot-free. The spirit of confusion has the masses fighting among themselves. Nobody knows who to assign at fault. The synagogue of Satan continue with their diabolical agendas undetected. As we move along 2022, it seems to me coronavirus has now become a thing of the past. You don't hear the topic being talked about on a day-to-day basis anymore. No news, television programs cover the topic, nor do mainstream media. So what exactly has happened? Have enough people taken the jab for the virus to lose its effectiveness? I don't know. I'll ask you this, my religious viewers. How do you know what you took was not the mark of the beast? Because in the Bible it states we fight against spiritual wickedness in high places. Not only did he take one jab, not only did he take 2 jabs, not only did he take 3, but he took some boosters as well. I can sit here comfortably and say I am unvaccinated, and I have also not contracted this so-called coronavirus. So what have you exactly taken? What have you put into your body? Please, my brothers and sisters, I urge you not to become another victim of monkey see, monkey do. We must sit here and think for ourselves, because we ourselves are our co-creators of our reality. We are spiritual beings, merely having a human experience. The reality and viewpoints of the world do not necessarily have to resonate with you, but just know God is within you. His spirit is within you. Let him guide you, and always choose love over fear. Once you begin to start letting love guide you instead of fear, the spirit of the Most High will begin to open your eyes, and you will begin to see what they are hiding in plain sight. Satan has transferred the dominion given to the indigenous black people to the serpent seed. When Adam and Eve disobeyed the Most High and listened to the serpent, that is when they established a covenant with the kingdom of darkness, giving Satan access to the dominion the Most High gave to them. The scripture says the Israelites discontinue from their heritage. And the children of Israel will forget and will not find the path of the years, and will forget the new moons and seasons and Sabbaths, and they will go wrong as the order of the years. For I know that from henceforth I declare unto thee, and this is not of my own devising, for the book of lies written before me, and on the heavenly tablets the division of the days is ordained, lest they forget the feast of the covenant, and walk according to the feast of the Gentiles, after their error and after their ignorance. Because there is a mass awakening happening on earth right now, and the real people of the Most High are waking up to the imposters and dark forces who work together to refute all claims made about them and their heritage, censoring all Israelite channels that are even helping in this mass awakening. Black people are the true natives of America, Africa, Europe, Australia, and everywhere else around the world. Therefore, I will refer to black people as indigenous, because that is what they are. Please, my brothers and sisters, do not let the beast culture and education deceive you. The slave trade in itself was the scattering of the Israelites. Deception is the language of the kingdom of darkness. Fortunately, some are born with spiritual immune systems that sooner or later give rejection to the illusionary worldview grafted upon them from birth through social conditioning. They begin sensing that something is amiss and start looking for answers. Inner knowledge and anomalous outer experiences show them a side of reality others are oblivious to, and so begins the journey of awakening. Each step of the journey is made by following the heart instead of following the crowd, and ultimately by choosing knowledge over the veils of ignorance.